everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Kerry and thanks so much for stopping by. On this channel I offer all sorts of different lifestyle content because it's my aim really to just share with you some of my many interests, hobbies and adventures. So if you enjoy what you see today and you want to see more of me and more of the things that I get up to, I assure you the variety is great on this channel, then please do consider subscribing because it would be just so lovely to have you here. So as you will have seen from the title of this video, and as you heard at the beginning when I sang How Could I Ever Know from The Secret Garden the musical, I wanted to bring a video today just to talk to you guys about my music, because music is such a big part of my life. It's what I do for a living, but it's also something that I really love as well. I wanted to talk to you about how I'm operating during lockdown and some of the many projects that I've been involved in, because I just thought it would be a really good topic to talk about at the moment, and I also just wanted to leave you with some positivity and hopefully just to show you how you can make the best of things, and how I've really tried to pull through and just make the best of what I have really, and use my time to learn more things, to broaden my horizons when we haven't been in a world that we are used to, I guess. So like many industries, the music industry has obviously been greatly affected by the lockdown because live music has ceased because of all the venue closures, and people have been told to stay at home. And even, we had a period where some live music did return, but it was quite a brief one, and not everybody was able to take advantage of that. Also lots of teaching has been predominantly online. I'll talk a little bit more about that later when I tell you how my studies were affected by the lockdown. But yeah, so it's been quite an adventure really for us musicians, and I think it has been difficult, and I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's all fine and it's all been easy, and to sugarcoat it. That's not my intention, but I do want to focus, as I said, on the positive aspects of this and on the things that I have done just to keep myself going, I guess, and to keep myself making music, which for me was the most important thing, I think, just to keep in the zone. So you might be wondering, why is Kerry sitting in her kitchen doing this video? Because she's not cooking. And yeah, I'm not cooking today. I might do some cooking in a future video, that'll be fun. But actually this kitchen has been really important to me, particularly during the first lockdown for my musical activity, because it's a great place to sing. It's got quite a nice acoustic, and it's just been a good place to film my videos really. A quiet place. I've got lots of space here, so I just kind of set that up as my filming area, and it just became my filming area. Now at the start of lockdown, really, I think at the very beginning, I started to want to do what I then ended up calling lockdown karaoke. I don't know if that's original. I'm sure lots of people were doing lockdown karaoke, but it's just something that came into my head. I really wanted to, I don't know, I guess I just really wanted to spread some positivity and to just sing covers of songs that I really enjoyed to sing, and also I learned some new ones because people asked for them, and it was great, and I posted on social media and people seemed to really enjoy them. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. I didn't post every day. It was my intention at the start to try and release a song every day, but you know what? It's harder than it sounds, I think, and I just some days couldn't think of anything that I wanted to sing, and some days I didn't feel like it, and I think that's fine. So when I felt like it tended to be a few times a week, I would just release all sorts of stuff: jazz, musical theatre, opera, classical stuff, just to showcase my styles. But then I guess just to really broaden my horizons, because I love singing jazz and musical theatre now more than ever, I think. And it's something that I really want to carry on doing in the future, as well as my opera work, which I think would be great for me to do. So yeah, I broadened my musical horizons. I think it got people dancing and singing, and yeah, I think it was great. So that's one of the sort of starting, initial projects that I did during lockdown. I also did a little bit of online teaching, which was fun. And I had some online singing lessons, which were very different, but again, fun, because, you make the best of it and you try and focus on things that maybe you wouldn't if you were doing a live lesson. So that was great. Another thing that I did, so obviously I didn't have a lot of opera work because there was not much theatrical work going on, and theatres have been closed for some time now. I'm quite hesitant at the moment to do lots of group work. Well, obviously we can't at the moment, but even when we were out of some of the more tighter restrictions for a while, I was quite worried about doing group rehearsals because of because I find it more difficult to socially distance from people, just because of my visual impairment, because obviously I rely a lot on others guiding me around, and I was quite nervous about that. And I also didn't want to put other people in positions that they shouldn't be in, so I was very hesitant, and I think that's okay to admit that, to be worried. Another thing that has taken up a lot of my time during lockdown is actually my studies. So for the past couple of years, I have been studying for a postgraduate advanced diploma in vocal studies at Trinity Laban Conservatoire for Music and Dance. And yeah, that's been interesting because obviously this last year was very different because of the lockdown. Everything went online in March, so it was kind of coming to terms with that. I'm thinking, how on earth am I going to finish my studies? I was quite disillusioned because some of the stuff was really difficult for me to do, especially with my visual impairment, just getting around all that technology and learning how to record things, which is what I had to do, and just learning different ways of submitting material. One of the big things that I did was record my online recital, and I was very fortunate to have a close friend help me with that. I'm going to come back to him in a minute. He is Dominic, and he's a great composer, arranger. He's also great at recording. So yeah, he helped me record my recital. We submitted it, and actually I just found out a few days ago that I achieved a distinction, and I'm very happy with that. I'm very proud that I was able to achieve that during these circumstances. And I think really, it does show that, I guess, and any students that are now in their final year that are feeling a little bit down about it, that are finding it very difficult, if you really, put your mind to it and think about what you want to achieve, you can achieve that. And as I say, I was really, really proud and happy with what I managed to achieve with that distinction. So that was definitely a highlight of my lockdown musical journey. So before I sign off, because I don't just want to be sitting here talking and just talking about what I've done, but I am really doing this just to spread some positivity and to show you, there are ways of getting through and making the best of what we have, and just using the time to maybe do things that you wouldn't have done ordinarily. Maybe you'll pick up a new hobby. I'm just doing this because I just want to really keep positive and to show you guys that that's what that's been my intention and that's what I've been doing. But before I sign off, I wanted to finish by talking about a project that really has been my favourite thing during lockdown. I think it's been my highlight. I have done other things. I've done a bit of opera work, online opera work. That was interesting. Again, because with my visual impairment, it's very difficult to do rehearsals on Zoom, but I tried and I was able to perform, and I was in a production and it all went super well, and I'm really happy. But yeah, I think the highlight of my lockdown experience has been finding ways of making music with people in an ensemble, even though you can't be together physically. So I am going to return now to my really good friend, who is Dominic. Again, as I said, he's a composer and arranger, and I was so fortunate to have been asked by him to be involved in some of his projects. He arranged several songs for us to record, a group of us to record, and I also recorded his final composition, which was a really big honour for me.
Hey guys, I'm Dominic. I am the guy that Kerry's just been mentioning. I've been working with her on musical projects during our lockdowns, and just a brief explanation, because Kerry wanted me to explain to you guys how we've been doing it remotely. So it's quite simple actually. I just write the score, I then record each part and send her an audio track of just that part, which she's able to listen to really quickly, get it in her head, and she then records, and then I mix it. And yeah, it's been actually quite surprisingly efficient project, and we've done compositions together. She's done some amazing solos for my work, but she's also done some pop arrangements of songs that I've written. And yeah, so it's been really great to have her involved throughout this whole lockdown period, having worked with her so much at Trinity Larvin beforehand. So yeah, I'm really thrilled that we've been able to work together since.
And the final result was so amazing, and I was really happy with how it sounded, how the ensemble just fit together really well. And again, this just showed me that it's still possible to make music even though you're not physically with someone. So if anyone is thinking, how can I do this? Please have a go, because it's a really good experience. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. It was a bit of a different one. I was just talking. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're new, consider subscribing, because I do all sorts of things. But yeah, so do stick around though until the end of this video, because I am going to leave you with a little surprise. I just wanted to leave a bit of positivity and leave you with something that I hope will brighten your day. Comment down below if you've enjoyed this, or if there are things that you've been doing in lockdown, learning new things, picking up new hobbies, finding ways to stay positive, because I would love to hear about them as well. But for now, I'm just going to say, have a good day, have a good week, and I'll see you soon for the next video. Bye!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sometimes it's hard when rain's pouring in. I used to worry what tomorrow would bring. Then you came along, changed my world around. You changed it, gave me something to believe in when I'm upside down. And let me say, I owe it all to you, and I wanna thank you for making the sun shining through. Now that we're together, everything can only get better, get better. Now that you're around me, swear I'm gonna love you forever. Now that we're together, everything can only get better. You bring the sunshine to my life.
If you should find you need someone to just turn in my direction, and I'll do the same for you. And let me say from the bottom of my heart, I wanna thank you. You making the sun shining through.
Now that we're together, everything can only get better. Get better, get better. Now that you're around me, swear I'm gonna love you forever. Now that we're together, everything can only get better.
You bring the sunshine to the night.
Keep bringing home, keep bringing home, keep bringing the sunshine to me. Keep bringing home, keep bringing home, keep bringing the sunshine to me. And let me ask you guys, what would sunshine to my